Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Refurbished, brand new with all the turf, Fraser Field. Looking golden, especially here on a beautiful day. Bright blue skies, big puffy white clouds. Nick Razzaboni on the mound. He's from Linfield. And this is the second, actually, it could be the third or fourth of Agganis week. There's a doubleheader lacrosse game. One lacrosse game is out of the way. They're in final moments of the second game, lacrosse over at Manning Field. The girls' softball game, North and South wound up a 5-5 tie. They don't play it off. And now we'll have the North and South baseball, the 28th Agganis. There have been one tie, 2013, and a name that Lynn people will certainly remember, Ben Bowden, threw two perfect innings and struck out 5 in a 1-1 tie. That's the only tie. North has won 15, South has won 11, and part of that edge on the North from 2004 to 2011, the North won 8 in a row. The South have won the last 3. They're looking for 4 if they can win today. And a big moment for the South. Their head coach, Mike Szukowski, his final high school event. He's retiring after this year, after an outstanding career, both as a player and as a coach. Not only was he a great coach with the players on the field, but he worried about them, took care of them, and guided them like they were his family off the field as well. He shaped and molded a lot of young people under his tutelage and he came in contact with. He is an outstanding gentleman. He will be deeply missed. Him and his able assistant, his relative, blood relative, Ricky Mayette.
Leading off to the South, number 1, Zachary Bogus.
Zachary Bogus from Winthrop going to Bentley will lead it off. Hit foul up in the seats. So a tip of the hat to Paul Harrell and all his many workers. All the people behind the scenes that do an awful lot of work before and during this great week, starting with 4 games, this being Sunday. Baseball, softball, 2 lacrosse. Tap slow to, they're not going to get him. He's going to get a base hit. Infield hit. Jacoby for Zachary Bogus, excuse me. So Winthrop Bogus gets a base hit. And for some reason, Mike Szukowski made up a batting order instead of going by numerical numbers. Sam Owenesian will be the next hitter. So we went from number 1 to number 10. Curveball in for a strike. Mike Chukowski gets to say one last goodbye to 5 of his players making this Agganis All-Star team. Down and away for a ball. They only have one play. Not a sacrifice, but it works the same. Brady Warren from Glasgow will be the hitter. Hit for a base hit. Warren with a shot into right center field. His family's down here cheering for him.
Back to the south, number 2, Matt McGowan.
So Warren gets an RBI as Bogus comes around to score the early run here in the top of the first. Good curveball for a strike. Warren takes off. Throw down, not in time. He gets a stolen base. So another runner in scoring position. Swing and a miss. This is Matt McGowan from Ipswich going to UNH. Eddie Warren got that base hit in RBI. He's going to St. Anselm's on a golf scholarship. I've never heard of it before in the public schools. You get hit by the pitch. The Emmerich brothers from St. Mary's got scholarships for golf. But the public schools in Lynn, I never heard of it before. Brady Warren, the first. High for a ball to Tommy Lampert from Winchester. He's going to Miami. These people are traveling. Some of the girls, Frank Gooley, the pitcher for St. Mary's softball, going to Alabama. Solid shot, foul. One of the girls from Gloucester is going to San Diego State. Imagine going from Gloucester to San Diego State. Hangs high with that curveball. Warren takes off. The ball's hit foul to the backstop. Chase, that pitch was way out of the strike zone.
Now batting for the South, number 9, Toby Nakajima.
Way up and in for a ball. This is Toby Nakajima from Winchester going to Brandeis. High and tight for a ball. Picked that one off his shoulder and fouled it up in the seats. Out of play. That's going to be a base hit in the right center field. Warren on the move will score. They send the runner home. And he's tagged out at the plate. Shortstop made the throw. Nice tag by the catcher, Brunet. So Nakajima gets the base hit with an RBI. Warren winds up knocking in a run, scoring a run. So the play at the plate knocks down the runner trying to score. But the South gets 2 in the inning. 3 base hits. And I believe it's T.J. Walsh on the mound from Lynn Classical. He's going to Coastal Carolina. That's a pretty good trip, too. Michael DiOrio from Manchester Exeter on the North team is going to Denver. How do they find these places? Logan Kuhn. From Masconomet going to Vanderbilt. Will lead it off. So T.J. Walsh has been given a 2-cushion lead. High for a ball. He had some big games for Classical this year. We got 2 Lynn guys coaching. We mentioned Mike Shukowski from Classical. Eddie Lewis did a terrific job with his team, Lynn Tech. Very young team. They made the tournament as well. All 4 Lynn baseball teams made the tournament. 3 of the softball teams made the tournament. And when you consider the fact that was coming right in my lap. There's no top on the net. It can come right back in the press box. That was right on line. It just came a little bit short. Otherwise, I would have had to make a play. Reaches for that, fouls it off the catcher. He felt that. The catcher felt that one. think that's Tommy Falaska of St. Mary's. This might be the first time that Tommy Falaska and Brendan Falaska are playing together on the same team. He's speaking in a very high-pitched tone right now. He helped English make it to the tournament, and he helped them win a game in the tournament. He's going to Merrimack. So it's classical and English, the battery. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Good curveball.
Batting for the North, number 4, Alex Gentile.
So Kuhn is a strikeout. Alex, I'm going to say Gentili. Could be Gentile. If I say it both ways, I'll get it right once. So the girls, both softball teams did us a big favor. They went strictly by numerical. Just missed a little bit high. Hit in the air. Left fielder coming on, calls off the shortstop. 2 up, 2 down. So both Eddie Lewis and Mike Zukowski chose to make up a batting order. I don't know why. Nick Razzaboni from Linfield is going to James Madison. In for a strike. High for a ball. Wide for a ball. Down and in for a ball. Hit foul to the backstop. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Good inning. For TJ Walsh. 1, 2, 3 with 2 strikeouts. So we played an inning in this 28th Agganis All-Star Baseball game. Brady Warren from Classical has knocked in 1, scored 1, and that's the difference. The South leading the North 2-0 at the end of 1. Brendan Falaska. Isn't that Brendan? They didn't tell me. Brendan Falasker is 4. And Tommy Falasker is 3. I thought they announced the wrong Falasker, but this is Brendan from Mid English. He's finishing up a great career at St. Mary's. Football player, baseball player. Boys team won the Super Bowl this year. He was a big part of that. Part of the basketball team that went to the state final. Excuse me, that's the other. I'm looking at the numbers wrong. This being Brendan Falasker is going to Merrimack. He helped his team make the state tournament. Good curveball for strike 3. Caught him looking, froze him at the plate. And he helped English win a state tournament game. Giardina, his last at bat in a regular season here at Frazier Field, he lined a single into left field to knock in the winning run as St. Mary's scored 3 in the bottom of the 7th to beat Mansfield and move on to the final 4. And it was an unbelievable. First of all, the 7th inning was delayed 3 times with rain and lightning and rain again. And then it wound up with St. Mary's scoring 3 in the bottom of the inning. And he did it with 2. They got 2 hits with 2 outs after Mansfield walked 2 and hit a batter to load the bases. Mansfield was leading 3-1 going into the 7th. And 2 walks and a hit batsman loaded the bases. Young freshman Mike Domeno got a big base hit to knock in 2. Giardina strikes out on the curveball.
Now batting to the south, number 4, Brendan Falasker.
This is Brendan Falasker. From Lynn English. Helped them win a state tournament game. Hits it in the right center field. Long run for the center fielder. Can't get there. All the way to the scoreboard. Around second, heading for third. They're going to send him in. He's going to have an inside the park home run. Brendan Falasker got all of that one. So Classical knocked in the first and scored the second. English scores the third. Christian Spates takes the pitch for a strike. So 2 out Lightning with the home run. The center fielder tried to make the catch, dove. He was on the turf when the ball bounced in front of him, went by him, all the way to the fence. Tapped out in front. It bounces back, it'll be foul. It went all the way to the fence. And Falasker can move. He got around the bases. Mike Sikowski coaching third, sent him. And he scores easily. And the Salters grabbed a 3-0 lead. And that English Classical rivalry is the difference in the game right now. Good curveball again. That pitch breaks nicely. So 1 run on 1 hit, the home run by Brendan Falaska. So T.J. Walsh has been given another little bit of a cushion now, leading 3-0 as we start the bottom of the second inning. Big week for the parents about watching these. Gotta be a sad time for these parents. They've been following these kids all the way through high school, and now they realize being out here, watching them play now, knowing that it's the last time. And it's nice that with all these Lynn kids that they're able to play this tournament here at Frazier Field. It's hard to keep track of the lineup when you don't have a lineup set down in front of you. I thought Brandon O'Connell made the last out. But he's leading off, so he couldn't have. Missing inside for a ball. In for a strike. Down and in for a ball. Line in the right field for a base hit. Kobe Buchan of Lynn Tech, undecided where he's going to go to school.
Now back to the north, number 1, Kobe Buchan.
Nice job by Falaska to bounce out to his right. Pick that one. Way outside. Swing and a miss. Kevin Whalen, another Glasgow Ram, warming up in the bullpen. Hit in the air to center field. Is that one-handed catch again?
Now back to the north, number 2, Henry Caulfield.
Reaches for that pitch. Looked good. It broke just as it about to swing at the pitch. It broke it down and away, and he just touched it, pushed it foul off to the right side. Swing and a miss. This is Henry Caulfield from Linfield going to Bentley. The runner takes off high and inside. No chance to throw him out. That one goes to the backstop. So O'Connell with that base hit, stolen base, wild pitch. He's at third base, 90 feet away from putting North on the board. Swing and a miss. It's a big strikeout.
From North, number 12, Zach Porat.
Zach Porat pops it up, drops in for a base hit. So he gets an RBI. O'Connell scores the run. And it's 3-1. Little pop-up that fell between the center fielder, right fielder, second baseman. Chase, that pitch was way outside. Michael DiOrio. Manchester X6, he's going to Denver. That's a trip and a half. Might be a little cold there, too. Down and away for a ball. So that hit. Stolen base. Wild pitch. Allowed O'Connell to score. Broke way, he needed a much longer bat to reach that one. That broke out of the left-handed hitter's batter's box and he chased it. Swing and a miss. So 2 more strikeouts. He's got 4 in 2 innings. We finished 2. South leading the North 3-1. TJ Walsh bounces out short to first. Kevin Whalen is the hitter. Chases that pitch way in on the hands and swings through it for strike 1. Wide for a ball. Kevin Whalen, Glasgow pitcher. Got some big wins for them this year. They won the Greater Boston League, I think for the 2nd year in a row. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Zachary Bogus waves at that pitch. He got a base hit and scored the first run of the ball game back in the 1st inning. Waves at that pitch. Hit foul to the backstop. 5 strikeouts. For Jacob Shirley of Masconomet, who's going to Clarkson. Up and away for a ball. Waves at that pitch. Five strikeouts for Shirley. We'll move into the bottom half of the third. Kevin Whalen will take the mound with a 3-1 lead. So Walsh goes 2. He gives up the run with 2 base hits. Struck out 4.
Now pitching for the South, number 13, Kevin Whalen.
So it'll still be a classical English battery. And that sign has slowly disappeared. Not as bright as it was a while ago. I know they're talking about having showers. Hopefully we'll miss them.
Now batting for the North, number 7, Harry Lynch.
Harry Lynch from Essex Tech. He's going, I don't know if that means he's going for a job, workforce. Swing and a miss. Hit in the air, it's going to go out of play. People are trying to get out, get under the covering behind home plate because a little bit of a raindrops coming down.
Now batting for the North, number 15, Ryan Burnett.
Ryan Brunet is the hitter. Line to left field, a couple of steps to his left. I think that's Sam Owenesian out there from Classical.
For the North, number 14, Jacob Shirley.
Jacob Shirley, the pitcher, is the hitter. Takes the pitch for a strike. From Astronomy, he's going to Clarkson. On the corner for a strike. Starting to drizzle just a little bit. People taking cover. Waves at that pitch for strike 3. He'll throw him out at first base. So a strong inning for Kevin Whalen. We finished 3-1 South over the North. Sam Onesian from Glasgow, the outfielder, had a very good year for Glasgow. Had some big hits, but he also made some huge plays in the outfield defensively. Very good left fielder. That rain looked like it was going to come down pretty good. Now it's lightening up a little bit. Skies are getting a little brighter. Thank God that didn't come back to the catcher or the umpire. The bat went right out of Onesian's hand and went back about 15 feet behind home plate. I watched the Red Sox game. One of the White Sox players swung and missed the pitch, and the bat went in the stands. One of the young kids got a souvenir. Thank God it didn't hit anybody. Down the way for a ball, and now it gets brighter. The rain is virtually stopping, and it looks like the sun's coming back out again as it gets brighter. It looks like somebody turned the lights on. Hit sharply to second base, right on the nose. Onesian hit it very well. Second time he's grounded out second to first. Brady Warren singled to right center field, knocking in a run, and then scored a run. He accounted for both runs in the first innings, knocking in one, scoring one. Thought about it and held up as it broke down and away. High and tight for a ball. Three and 0. Hit on the nose in the right center field for a base hit. He's got his second hit. Matt McGowan from Ipswich going to UNH. Curveball in for a strike. Warren takes off, got a good pitch to run on. Steals the base. Wide for a ball. McGowan got hit by a pitch, and he was the one that was thrown out on the base hit by Toby Nakajima. Warren scored, and McGowan tried to score from first base, and he got thrown out at the plate to end the first inning. Warren takes off. The ball's hit the right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. And Warren scores another run. He had third base stolen easy. Tommy Lampert struck out swinging his first trip. Wide for a ball. So that rain looked like it was going to start to really come down. Everybody ran away from down front, scooped up out back to get under the covering, and now it stopped. The sun came out for like 30 seconds. It looked like it was brightening up a little bit. Now it's gone back a little bit dark. In for a strike. Down and away for a ball. Solid shot into left center field. All the way to the fence.
Now batting for the South, number 9, Toby Nakajima.
Toby Nakajima singled in a run. Fishing wide for a ball. So Lampert struck out his first time, but now he gets a triple. In for a strike. Lined in a center field for a base hit. Nakajima gets his second hit, second RBI. Well, they doubled their fun. They now have 6. They had 3 coming in. They get 3 in the inning. It's now 6-1. Hit the shot. They get 1. They don't get 2. I know.
Now batting for the South, number 5, Tad Giardina.
Tad Giardina struck out swinging his one trip. Outstanding hockey player as well as baseball. Good defenseman. Tommy Velasquez first. He's the one I mentioned it. On the basketball team that went to the state final, the football team that won the Super Bowl, and the baseball team that got that big win here against Mansfield to go to the Final Four in the state. So he's finishing up a terrific career. I don't remember the Velasquez playing together on the same team. Solid shot. Nice play by the third baseman. Long throw across the diamond. Outstanding play. That was Zach Porat making that big time play and finishing the inning. Took a base hit away from Falaska. But they have a big 3-run inning. 4 hits in the inning. We're halfway through the ball game. South leading the North 6-1. Logan Kuhn struck out swinging his first time. Wide for a ball. Kevin Whalen starting his second inning of work. In for a strike. That had a little bit of mustard on it, right down the middle of the plate. Chased that pitch way outside. Whalen got help on that one.
Batting to the north, number 4, Alex Gentile.
Number 4, Alex, I'm going to say Gentile and Gentili, hoping I get it right once. That one's down and in. Solid shot right to the second baseman. Picked it off his shoe top.
Batting to the north, number 13, Nick Brazzoni.
So number 4 lines to second baseman. Defensively, number 4. 2 away. Nick Razzaboni struck out swinging his first trip. Just missed inside. Same spot. Didn't miss by much. Hit the second base. Second base will make his second play. Gets an assist and a put out.
After 4, south, 6, north.
So we played 4 full. 6-1, the South over the North. Brendan Falaska hit a home run. His first at bat. Hit to right center field. All the way under the scoreboard, right to the fence and under the scoreboard, deep right center field. And when the center fielder tried to make a diving catch, he had to get up off the turf and go chase it. And Velasco was able to circle the bases for a home run. High for a ball. All of a sudden, here comes the rain. It's coming down very hard. And I mean hard. Just snuck up out on us. Pop foul back. Popped up, it's going to go up in the seats. And it looked like the rain went away, it was gone, and then all of a sudden, boom. Plymouth Alaska strikes out. So it's still coming out hard, but it's slowed down a bit. Christian Spates was called out on strikes his one trip. Curveball hangs up and in. So they were hoping they were going to get by, get the game in before the showers came. And he hits him right in the middle of the back. We thought we got a break the last time. It looked like it started to rain. Everybody moved up underneath the covering up behind home plate. And then just like that, it stopped. But now, it's coming down hard. I don't know how much longer they can stay out there. Swing and a miss. This is T.J. Walsh. He grounded out short to first. Now they're going to hold up. So, last time I was here against Mansfield, we had 3 holdups. The rain's coming down hard. We're in the top of the 5th inning in this 28th Agganis All-Star Baseball game. The South leading it 6-1, looking for 4 in a row in the series. And the rain all of a sudden really coming hard, and we're going to take a break. It must be New England. The rain was coming down, and it came down really heavy. And they stopped it because it was so heavy. And 3 minutes later, the sun is out, blue skies and white clouds, and the sun is as bright as it's been all day. And we're back to baseball. Line foul up in the seats. Henry Odebean. Manchester Exeter going to College of Charlestown. Oh, College of Charleston. That's a bit of a trip, too. Vanderbilt isn't bad either. Coastal Carolina, but it doesn't come close to Alabama and San Diego State. Spates will move over to second base. And they throw it down. He wasn't that far off second base. And Brunet let it fly down to second base. So it's strange how the weather changes. If this was the other Frazier Field, we wouldn't be playing now. The game would have been canceled. Kevin Whalen is the hitter. Wide for a ball. Absolutely amazing. It looked like it's over. We're not going to come back. The rain's not going to stop. Not only did it stop, but the sun is out now, and you need sunglasses. Whalen just able to hold up on that pitch. They checked with the base umpire. He said, no, he didn't swing. Wide for a ball. South has used two pitches. T.J. Walsh, Kevin Whalen. North has used one, Jacob Shirley. And that's ball 4. So the 2-out walk puts runners at first and second for Zachary Bogus, who singled and scored in the first, struck out swinging in the third. Breaks down and in for a ball. So we're 75% through this opening day of the Agganis week. The 2 lacrosse games are in the book. Line shot into right field for a base hit. The run scores. Bogus gets his second hit. 2-out Lightning. Gets an RBI. Spate scores the run. Whalen winds up at third. So more 2-out Lightning. Fishing wide for a ball. Simonian grounded a second and grounded a second. Wide again. High for a ball. And here comes the rain again. With the sun shining, the rain is coming. In for a strike. Hit in the right center field for a base hit. Onesian gets a base hit and an RBI. Lynn is putting their stamp on this game. Brady Warren's 2 for 2. He scored twice and knocked in a run. And this is going to be a wild pitch for a run. Bogus scores his second run. And again, the rain while the sun is out, rain stops. Sun shining brightly. in for a strike. Wide again. So we got Brendan Velasco for English hitting a home run. We got the classical crew, Walsh, McMahon pitching outstanding. We got Owenesian knocked in a run. Brady Warren scored 2, knocked in a run. Whalen scored a run. Spate scored a run. Those were all the classical kids, along with the home run by English's Brendan Velasco. High and tight for a ball. So now it's 9-1. Back-to-back 3-run innings. Warren hits it foul and out of play. Ball 4. And they throw it away. The runner slid. Now when he finally realizes the ball was thrown away, he scores. Onesian scores. He stole third. And when he threw it down, it went by. He didn't go. When he finally realized the ball had gone by, then he scored. And South is now in double digits. Hit foul. This is Matt McGowan. He got hit by a pitch, singled in a run. Hit foul to the backstop. So they got 3 in the first 2. They've got 7 here in the 4th and 5th. They went down 1, 2, 3 in the 3rd. But 2 walks and a hit batsman have helped with the 4 runs. Strike 3 for the 3rd out. The runner was going again. Four runs. They do it with 2 base hits, 2 walks, a hit batsman, a wild pitch. And the South has put double digits. They now have 10-1 going into the bottom of the 5th inning. I don't believe I don't think we have a mercy rule in this game because it's a tournament all-star game. So South well on their way to making it 4 in a row against the North in the all-star baseball games, but they'll still have a gap. North will still lead at 15-12, 1 tie. That 1 tie we mentioned again, 2013, just before Ben Bowden went to Vanderbilt and made his name there before he drafted and doing very well in the major leagues. Ben Bowden threw 2 perfect innings and struck out 5 of the 6 he faced in a 1-1 tie. That was the only tie. But the North won those 8 in a row from 2004 to 2011. Toby Akajima from Winchester. That's a trip for him to come here to play in this game. He's now the pitcher. So Walsh went 2, gave up a run on 2 hits. Kevin Whalen went 2. He retired 6 for 6. Whalen was outstanding. 6 up, 6 down.
Batting for the North, number 10, Braden O'Connell.
Last time up, O'Connell singled and scored the 1 run. Toby Nakajima on the mound. Signing at bottom of the 5th inning. 2 quick strikes. Good, he knew it too. As soon as he took the pitch, good curveball, dropped right down the middle of the plate, and he just looked at it and said, okay, I'm done.
Now batting for the North, number 1, Colby Buckland.
Kobe Buckland flied out to center field. His 1 trip. Pitch hangs up and in. Missing wide for a ball. Hit foul up in the seats. Right in the lap. Nice play. Ricocheted off the seat. Van takes a bow. Hit foul back in the direction of Western Avenue over everything. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Now batting for the North, number 2.
Not a bad start for Nakajima. Starts the 5th inning with 2 strikeouts. Good pitch for a strike. Looks up and off the curveball. Henry Caulfield struck out swinging. Two quick strikes. Waves at the pitch. And he winds up at first base. So he strikes out but reaches.
Now batting for the North, number 12, Zach Borat.
Zach Porat singled in a run. The only run the North has. High and away for a ball. This is an inning where Nakajima could get 4 strikeouts. He's already got 3. One of them is at first base. Hit the shot. Nice hop. And Brady Warren throws him out at first base. So a pretty good inning. He faces 4. He actually got all 4 of the strikeout reached.
North 1.
So we finished 5 in this 28th edition of the All-Star Baseball Game, Agganis style. 10-1, the South over the North. Braden O'Connell is the new pitcher.
Now batting for the South, number 8, Tommy Linford.
Tommy Lampert will be the hitter. He struck out and tripled in a run and scored a run. And that 3-run 4th inning. Low for a ball. Hit foul past third base. Line to right field, taking a couple of steps to his right. Nice play by the right fielder. And again, we don't know who's playing where. We can't see their numbers. He did a nice job taking a hit away. In for a strike. Toby Nakajima singled in a run, singled in a run. So he's 2 for 2 with 2 RBI. It's it straight up in the air. The second baseman almost didn't have to move.
Now batting for the South, number 3, Tommy Velasco.
Tommy Velasquez struck out and reached on a fielder's choice. Waved at that pitch that broke down and away. Hit up the middle. He gets a base hit. That was a great try by the shortstop. I think that's it is. It's Alex Gentile or Gentile.
Now batting for the South, number 5, Tad Giardina.
Tad Giardina was the hitter. Gentile made a great play, diving totally on the ground behind second base, got up, made a good strong throw, but Velasquez was able to beat it. Takes off in easy with a stolen base. He got a huge jump. And you might be saying, why are they stealing in a 10-1 game? Because they can. And hit on the shoulder, Giardina. So after 2 quick outs, a hit, a stolen base, and a hit batsman puts 2 on.
Now batting for the South, number 4,
Brendan Velasquez hit a home run. Last time up, he struck out swinging. Second and third now. Looking for a little more two-out lightning here, the South. And you get it with a base hit in the right center field. Brendan Falaska with his second hit picks up 2 RBI. So they have an even dozen. Christian Spates struck out, got hit by a pitch, and scored. Both pitches are over, but both pitches are low, and it's 2-0. Line to right field. What a play by the right fielder. I think that was Logan Kuhn. Took an RBI away, a hit away. Spates hit that a shot. But another multi-inning. They get 2 more after 2 outs. 2 base hits and a hit batsman. The hit batsman scores. Falaska gets the big 2 RBI single. This is a nice way for Mike Szukowski to finish up his high school career. Getting a big win in the 28th Agganis All-Star baseball game. No one deserves it more for all he's done for the community and for the kids in the community. We go from here, Persia Field and lacrosse at Manning Field, we go to Classical High School for basketball tomorrow night. And both the boys' games and the girls' games played at Harry Agganis High School will be played in memory of Buzzy Barton, remembering the outstanding coach, player, counselor, firefighter, did it all for the community. It was outstanding. When we lost Buzzy, a very deep hole popped up in the city of Lynn. You don't replace people like Buzzy Barton. And we were blessed to have him. Buzzy could have lived anywhere. He chose Lynn. We were blessed. We were very lucky to have him with us and get to know him, have him as a friend. And you just don't replace people like Buzzy. That's a huge loss for everybody. Michael DiOrio struck out swinging. Nakajima will start his second inning. Swing and a miss. The North got their run in the second inning on an RBI single by Zach Peratt. Since then, they haven't had a base runner. Oh, they did have one. And that was a strikeout that reached. Nakajima struck out the side in the fifth, but one of them, ball got away from the catcher and the runner reached. That's the only base runner since the second inning. for the North. They get 2 hits in the second inning, and that's it. Those are the only 2 hits they have. T.J. Walsh, Kevin Whalen, and now Toby Nakajima pitching very well. But he walks Diorio to start the 6th inning.
North, number 7, Harry Lynch.
Harry Lynch bounced out 3rd to 1st. In for a strike. Hit in a right field for a base hit. So first and second with nobody out. For Ryan Brunette, who hit it well, but Owenesian picked it. He had a line shot, but Owenesian was able to take a couple of steps to his left and pick it. In for a strike. I'm not sure why he's worried about the runner at second base with a 12-1 lead. Up and away for a ball. Just got a piece of that curveball. Hit to third. They can't tag the runner out, but they throw the runner out at first base. They turn thinking they might have a force tagging the runner.
Back to the North, number 14, Jacob Shirley.
Jacob Shirley struck out swinging his 1 trip. Good curveball for a strike. I think that was T.J. Walsh at third base making that strong throw. He was the starting pitcher. Swing and a miss. Waves at that pitch. They throw it into right field. 2 runs are going to score. So that's another strikeout that reaches.
Back to the North, number 5, Logan Kuhn.
They had a shot at him at first base, but they threw it way over the first baseman's head. Logan Kuhn struck out twice, both times swinging. Once against Walsh, once against Whalen. So the walk and the hit come around to score. Reach for that pitch was way outside. Nakajima got some help on that pitch. Hit to the right side. They'll make the play at first.
Now batting for
Wide for a ball. Until he flied the left line to second base. Down and away for a ball. Lined in left field for a base hit. They hold the runner at third.
Batting for the North, number 13, Nick Razzaboni.
Nick Razzaboni. Struck out and grounded out second and first. The runner will go to second, but the runner at third will stay there. It didn't go that far away. Brendan Velasquez got to it quickly. Slicing it the other way. Out of play. Drops in for a strike. Great try by the second baseman. If he didn't fall down the second time, he would have made the play. He went way to his right, picked it.
Batting for the North, number 10, Braden O'Connell.
Brandon O'Connell singled and scored, called out on strikes. Going to second is Razzaboni. So it's second and third. Chopped out in front of the plate. Velasquez makes the play.
After 6, South 12.
So we finished 6. South gets a couple of runs, but there's still a lot of runs behind as it's 12-4 the South at the end of 6 with 1 inning left. T.J. Wallace grounded short, struck out, called out on strikes. We're in the 7th inning. Braden O'Connell will start his 2nd inning of work. Hit in the air, long run for the left fielder, gets there and makes the diving catch. Nice job. Takes a hit away from Walsh.
Now batting for the South, number 13, Kevin Whalen.
That might have been Diorio if I can pick up the number. I think it was Diorio. Since we don't have a regular lineup with a batting order and positions and they move people around, it's hard to tell who's doing what and where. We can tell the pitcher, obviously. Good balls in for a strike. Kevin Whalen struck out swinging, walked and scored. Look at the Lynn people. Brendan Velasquez. Home run, single, knocked in 3, and scored a run. Taz Yadina St. Mary's got hit by a pitch, scored a run. Owenesian singled in a run, scored a run. Brady Warren, 2 singles, a walk, scored 2, knocked in a run. Kevin Whalen, walk, scored a run. Christian Spates, hit by a pitch, scored a run. Those are all the Lynn kids. Hit up the middle. Nice play by the shortstop. They'll throw Whalen out for the second out.
Now back to the south. Number 1, Zachary Bogus.
Zachary Bogus singled, struck out, singled. Scored 2, knocked in a run. From Winthrop, going to Bentley. Has had a nice game. It's been all south since the very first inning when they jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Just been adding to it. The third inning was the only inning they didn't score. Hit in the right field is going to drop for a base hit. Bogus has got his third hit.
Now batting to the south. Number 10, Sam Onesian.
Sam Owenesian grounded to second twice, singled in a run and scored. We mentioned those Lynn people, of course. Pitching, T.J. Walsh, Kevin Whalen did a nice job. 2 innings apiece the first 4 innings. Kevin Whalen retired 6 in a row. T.J. Walsh gave up the 1 run with 2 hits, but he struck out 4. Reaches for it and taps it right by the first baseman. They dove to make the play, and it bounced right over the first baseman's glove. Just a little love tap. Sam Onesian gets his second hit. Just an excuse me swing. It was breaking away from him. He just got the bat on the ball. It went right down the first base line and just bounced over the first base bag for a double, his second hit. Brady Warren is perfect. 2 singles, a walk, scored 2 and knocked in a run. Just a little excuse me swing. You don't have to crush it. You just have to find a spot. And Owenesian did. Hit foul back. High and tight for a ball. Down and away for a ball. Hit in the air a long way to center field. Center field backing up deepest part of the ballpark. They finally get Brady Warren out. So we'll move into the bottom of the 7th. And 3 outs away from South making it 4 in a row in the series, picking up their 12th win. North will still hold an edge with 15. But it's been all South, and it's really been all Lynn. English, classical, St. Mary's. Pitching and hitting. And this will be Tommy Falaska. St. Mary's. That was a Lynnite on the mound. I mentioned what a great year he had. He got a couple of big wins. He pitched a shutout to get them a win in the tournament. Member of the Super Bowl football team, member of the basketball team that went to the state final. Helped a big part of getting St. Mary's to the Final Four in baseball. So he's finishing up an outstanding career, and he's able to finish it up here at Frazier Field. Colby Buckland of Lynn Tech will lead it off. He's flied out and struck out. So now it's a Falaska battery. English and St. Mary's. On the inside corner for a strike. Tommy Falaska on the mound, Brendan Falaska behind the plate. And I talked to him, I believe it was their grandfather, Skippy Falaska, who played with Tony Canigliaro at St. Mary's. I was a good friend of Skippy's. I helped him get a job at the Herald. We were good friends. He was an outstanding player. Teams came to scout Tony Canigliaro, and a couple of teams wound up going after Skippy. He wound up signing a contract. He threw the bat away. He's smiling. He's going back to the bench with a strikeout. Henry Caulfield struck out twice, both swinging. The North just couldn't handle the pitching by the South. In for a strike. They got a run against Walsh. They got nothing against Kevin Whalen. He retired 6 in a row. And now Falaska gets the first out with a strikeout. They only had 2 hits going into the 6th inning. Hit foul off to the right side. Chase that pitch for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts by Falaska. Zach Poord has singled in a run, grounded out short to first, and he is the last. One out away from the South making an official 4 in a row. As it gets dark again, now it gets a little bit dark with black clouds coming in. So we'll be happy to get this third out. In for a strike. Oscar trying to finish up a big win. Low for a ball. That had the umpire bailing out. Up and away for ball 4. So that extends it for Michael DiOrio, who has struck out, walked, and scored. He scored one of the 2 they got in the 6th inning. Low for a ball. So the scoreboard says 12-4, but it's 12-3. They gifted the South with 3 runs. Swing and a miss, chased that pitch down and away. They only got 2 in the 6th inning. They gave them 3 on the board, but it's academic from here. They say he swung at it, and that's strike 3, and Velasquez strikes out the side. He gave up the walk, but he strikes out the side.
Final score, South 12, North 3.
So the South makes it 4 in a row in the series, but they still trail 15-12 with the 1 tie. They got all they really needed in the 1st inning. Bogus got a base hit, went to second base on a ground ball, scored on Brady's base hit. Brady stole second, scored on a hit by Nakajima. It was 2-0. A home run by Brendan Velasquez made it 3-0. They added 3 in the 4th inning. An RBI single by McGowan, an RBI triple by Lampert.
At this time, I'd like to present the MVPs of both the North and the South teams. First up for the North,
An RBI single by Nakajima.
14 from Masconomet, Jacob Shirley.
Jacob Shirley gets the MVP. That's a tough call because he gave up an awful lot of runs, but there wasn't many that did much against the pitching from the South. So they got the 3. They got 4 more.
Glasgow, number 12, Brady Warren.
Brady Warren had 2 shingles, scored 2, knocked it around, was on base 3 times.
Guys, congrats on a great high school career. Good luck to all of you.
South got 4 in the 5th inning.
Thank you.
A walk, a hit batsman, an RBI by Owenesian, an RBI by Bogus. A wild pitch scored a run. They got 2 more in the 6th. Brendan Velasquez with a 2 RBI single. That made it 12-1 in the bottom of the 6th. The North got 2. 1 scored on a strikeout that got by off the catcher's glove and scored. And when they tried to throw the runner out at first base, they threw it away, and the runner of the second scored, gave him the 2 runs, made it 12-3. For the Linnites, Brendan Velasquez had a home run, a single, scored a run, knocked in 3. Tommy Velasquez had a base hit and scored a run. Tad Jardina got hit by a pitch, scored a run. Sam Owenesian had 2 base hits, knocked in a run, scored a run. TJ Walsh had 2 big innings pitching, did a good job on the mound. Brady Warren, the MVP, had 2 singles, knocked in a run, scored 2, had a walk, was on base 3 times. Kevin Whalen had a walk, scored a run. pitched 2 perfect innings, retired 6 in a row. Christian Spates got hit by a pitch, scored a run. So the Linnites did pretty well. Pitching, T.J. Walsh, Kevin Whalen, and in the last inning with Tommy Falaska finishing up, striking out the side. So the South gets it done. They win their 4th in a row. They pick up their 12th win. North still leads with 15, 1 tie back in 2013. So the first day for Agganis Week, 2 lacrosse games, the opening with the ceremonies and all the awards given out, and those 5 people that we'll mention again during the rest of the week and all the games and events we'll be doing. Those 5 people honored this morning. 2 lacrosse games, softball game, finished 5-5. We don't have the results of the lacrosse game. We don't know who won those games, but we know that it was a tie in the softball game, 5-5, and 12-3. The South wins the North over the North for the 4th time in a row in Agganis baseball. So the first day of the Agganis is in the books, and it was a big one with fans having a good time, players getting to play their last games, and all those Linnites, especially in the baseball game, doing a great job here in the baseball game, helping the South get their big 12-3 win. So the South wins it 12-3 over the North. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.